All right. And we're back for session 2 of this thing that I am calling the Impossible Lighthouse. Or the Impossible Tower, or something to that effect. A little horror. Who knows how many sessions it's going to be. It was intended to be a one-shot, but as is my way, I dramatically underestimated how long it would take. So, but that's fine. It just means more goody. So, where last we left off, you had all found yourselves washing up on the shore of a small, remote island in the ocean after a sudden, seemingly supernaturally powerful storm absolutely annihilated the passenger ship you were on board. And you seem to be the only survivors. Skaga and Skaz, a couple of greenscale kobolds being held in the brig. Gijo, a krauven warrior of some skill, who was tasked seemingly with guarding the brig and ensuring things were orderly on the ship alongside the crew. And then Fabian, just some guy who got lucky, but whose class is rogue. Washing up on the shores of this little scab of land on the frothing oceans, you spied an enormous, what seems to be combination lighthouse and otherwise ruin built onto the land, and not seeing anywhere else to go, took shelter inside. It was pretty quickly revealed by the kobolds in the group, their blood memory kicking in, that these are Orion ruins, over 1,000 years old, long abandoned, but curiously untouched by the forces that wiped most Orion ruins off the surface of the world in bygone times. So this place is already an oddity. Navigating the halls and corridors, just getting a feel for the environment and seeing what all you have to work with, you found all sorts of strange things. Living accommodations left to rot and ruin, a curious lack of any of the small forms of life you might expect to find in places like this, like insects or mice or even molds to some extent. Mostly it seems to just be rubble and strange dark stains. You did eventually come upon what appeared to be some old private chambers, in which you found diagrams, notes, research papers, maddened scrawlings written in the Orion language that no one is supposed to be able to read, but this is Dungeons & Dragons, and comprehend languages is a spell you can cast. Thereupon you discovered that, seemingly, whoever it was that resided here, presumably an Orion, had been doing some sort of arcane experimentation, though the exact nature of which was vague at best, using colloquialisms and terminology that, while you can read, you're not necessarily able to fully grasp the deeper meanings of. But it seems to be the case that whoever this was made a mistake and succumbed to some sort of hunger, and now there's no sign of them. Where last we left off, you had found yourselves stepping into what appeared to be prison cells? Holding cells? The exact purpose is not clear, but it is where you found yourselves. And so, it is where we shall resume, with a focus ping to bring us to your location. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have yet to explore the pathway heading further north. And there are plenty of other routes back the way you came that you have yet to explore. Everything is dark and cold. You have a degree of light from a bullseye lantern and I believe a couple of torches passed around the group. So you can see, you have light. What do you wish to do?
I think we
Did we already search every one of these cells thoroughly last time, or no?
I think like you've looked into them, but you haven't like thoroughly searched them. But Fabian is doing a thing.
Oh, I like push the door open slightly and look in.
Okay. Pushing open this door, You peer inside, and you are greeted to what appears to be almost a sort of office space. You see a large table sort of pressed up against the wall immediately to your right with, you assume might have once been papers that have long since been destroyed by water damage. Off to your left, the wall is lined by a series of cabinets, some of which are damaged. There's more rubble and more of those strange black stains spattering across the floor, and a hole in the floor in the top right, in the northeastern section. So let's just get that visible.
Neat.
Neat.
There also appears to be some strange mechanisms on the back wall.
Mechanisms.
A series of wheels and dials and a couple of levers. And like sort of looking at them, you can actually see just sort of faintly, sort of blending neatly into the stone, is just like following the seams so that it's hard to see, will look to be inset lines of some sort of bluish metal or crystal. Partially hidden under a layer of grime and dirt, but visible.
Okay.
Can I throw a rock at a lever?
You may throw a rock at a lever. Go ahead and make a ranged attack roll for me.
Okay.
To see if you hit the lever.
Yeah, with the intention of activating the lever without being near it. It's just taking a second here. Ranged attack roll.
Yeah. It's like 1d20 plus your dex modifier. I don't think you're proficient at throwing rocks, so you're not going to get your proficiency bonus.
Okay. I'll just, so that'd be a 1d20, and then I'll just add a 3.
So 21. I mean, it's an unmoving static object. It's kind of a small target, relatively speaking, but it's also made for a creature of an Orion's stature, who, as I will remind you, were like 8 feet tall, usually. So you pick up a rock, it's got some heft in your hand, and you chuck it. Go ahead and roll me a d4, please.
Okay.
The rock bounces off the lever. With a heavy... That's about it. It's not a big enough rock to move the lever.
Dang.
It was a good
If you
throw,
want
though.
to do something, you need to do it yourself.
Can you reach the lever?
He's bigger than I am.
Hey, Skaga, help me up. Or maybe the other way around.
Yeah.
It would be disrespectful to stand on your shoulders, brother. I will get down on all fours and you can use my back.
Okay. Oh well.
This is a healthy relationship.
I hop on Skaga's back.
All right.
Stool form. S.
All right. So, using Skaga's back as a springboard, you are able to jump up and grab hold of the lever. You you plant your feet on the wall for some leverage and pull down with all your strength, and the lever does, with a grinding of rust and misuse, sort of slide down and then click into place. And you just see like a couple of sparks along like the inset of blue metal, which I will say like flows up into like the right angle where the ceiling meets the wall, and then seems to follow that around the room and then out. But you don't see the sparks that go along and travel more than a couple of inches. Whatever this contraption does, it does not currently appear to be functional. I will remind you,
Well,
earlier you did see, I believe at some point you saw mention of a power source being mentioned. So,
well, that was fun, but could have been funner.
I'm gonna
Well,
go.
maybe because that thing's all dead, it can't do nothing. So, I don't know. Maybe the generator or power source or magic or whatever's running it, it just is plumb dead. Would make
Skaz,
sense. The
actually,
whole place is dead.
Skaz, I just remembered, you still have comprehend languages active.
Oh,
So you
I
would
do.
see this. There is, some of these controls are labeled and marked. A lot of it
Ooh.
is just like nonsense to you, referring to systems or functions that you don't have an understanding of. But one of them does have at least some measure of meaning to you, and that's the lever you just pulled. And the wording is quarantine lockdown.
Oh. Okay, I guess my pulling of that, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, nothing
guess
happened when you
what's-
pulled the lever, but it's the lever you just pulled.
Mm.
Like the reason you're able to read it all now is because now that you're like actually up there, you have an angle where the letters are legible.
Yeah.
Should we put it back up?
I don't think that'll be possible. Maybe. Hey, Bird Brain, come over here.
Alright. Not exactly brained, but what do you need?
Can I get the lever back into position?
Let's see. How high is the lever again?
I mean, you're a krauven. You're tall enough that you can reach it. You kind of have to like stretch a bit, but you can reach it.
Okay, so I could push it back, theoretically.
Yeah.
Need me to make a check of any kind?
Nah, it's just a lever. You grab the
All right.
lever and you start pushing it up. Goes back into its previous position just fine. You see another couple sparks go up along the inset, sort of along this conduit, whatever it is, but doesn't go very far before it peters out.
Yeah, just like I was thinking. Probably dead. Like the rest of this place.
Yes, but if we put the power active, then I didn't think we would want to be locked inside.
Whatever.
Right.
Anything useful here in these desks? Let me
Yeah, I
check.
was gonna say, want me to? I'd like to investigate the desks. Want me to roll
Alright.
investigation?
Yeah, sure. Both of you go ahead and make investigation checks as you start prowling through the desks,
Yay.
the cabinets.
I would like to look down the hole.
All right, go ahead and make a perception check for me looking down the hole, Skaga. And while you're doing that, I will address the 221 investigation checks from Gijo and Skaz. Rifling through the cabinets as Rifling through the cabinets as a joint unit, Skaz is the only one who can read them thanks to comprehend languages, and it appears to mostly be mundane reports and descriptions of those who were housed in the various cells, and documentation of test results in very boring clinical but thorough detail. Again, making reference to nondescript compounds or substances or techniques that you don't understand. But the effects are numerous, varied, and often grotesque. There's one report of an individual who was subjected to Compound B, whose flesh began to self-replicate at an unprecedented rate, like a cancer out of control, and they had to be put down within a few hours because they were starting to balloon to a size too large for their cell to hold them, and their mind was long gone, and the tissue too infected and destroyed by the growth to be of any use for anything more than fertilizer. Another was subjected to Serum 7, and they seemingly instantly went rabid, just completely insane, attacking everything in sight, and the report indicates that a single spell was used to incinerate the subject. They were beyond salvation. Another subject is said to have, after being subjected to various treatments, cowered in the back of their cell, tucked into a ball, and just started whispering mad nothings to themselves for hours and hours, and when they were checked on to be fed breakfast the following morning, they had perished. Just seemingly died in place. Rigor mortis set in unnaturally quickly, and they just died in a sitting fetal position in the corner. And all sorts of other charming descriptions of victims of whatever this place was trying to uncover.
Absolute madhouse this place was.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
Ugh.
Let's get out of here.
The thing that does make collectively all of your sort of spines tingle a bit is, for one thing, there's just the cold clinical descriptions of it all, so dispassionate and uninterested in the suffering, but also just that it's very detailed in who each subject was, without attributing to them a name. But what species they belong to, what region of the world they came from, other environmental factors that might have shaped them, those went into extensive detail.
Sounds like the ramblings of some mad wizard who basically had a goal and he didn't care who he had to trample over in order to get to it.
Ugh.
Anything in that hole, Skaga?
Right, we gotta address the whole. Skaga, that natural 20, total of 25 perception check, peering into the hole in the northeastern corner. You see those, just, again, like the other holes you've peered into, just an abundance of those black stains clinging to the inner lining of the hole and the passage. You see it sort of goes down maybe like 20, 30 feet before turning sharply to one side and vanishing beyond your line of sight. But there's nothing else of interest, just... yeah.
Did we want to try and turn power on?
Would that be theoretically large enough to accommodate one of us kobolds?
It would be extremely tricky to squeeze into that space. Like, you can try, but...
Okay.
Like, you gotta bear in mind, Pale Ring kobolds are larger than usual D&D kobolds. Like, you're medium, you're not small.
Yeah, we are small.
Well,
It was an option.
Yes,
either
that's
way.
so, yeah.
Still, point stands. You could try, but there is a very good chance you'd get stuck.
Yeah, I don't want that. Okay.
And plus, that would involve being in close proximity to these black stains, and you don't know what they are, and you don't want to be in a situation where you're so close to it that you're inhaling it with every breath.
Right.
Like, you just kind of get that instinctual tingle in the back of your head. Don't breathe this.
I've got a feeling we
Anyway.
should probably thoroughly investigate these rooms there before we head out.
You think so?
Mm.
Oh well.
Might be, who knows? Might be a body or something. I mean, that's the thing. We've seen all this rubbish. We've seen this decay. We've seen this blood, but we haven't seen a single body. Not even a skeleton. It's kind of unnerving, ain't it?
But the marrow's
little
the
bit.
best part.
So I'd like to thoroughly investigate room by room each one of these. Which
Okay.
do you need me to roll for each one?
No, I'll only necessitate a single investigation check. Because you're being thorough, I'll let you have advantage.
I'll.
Ooh, who cares?
Yeah.
Oh, natural
Oh, you
20.
get
There you
advantage.
fucking go. So, your observation holds true as you go through room by room. There are no skeletons. It's just long, unused bedrolls covered in dust and water damage. And you spot like a single hole in the floor here, not unlike the one you saw back in that office. And more of the black stains, but no bodies. The occasional signs of ancient habitation, like scratches in the walls. Like an attempt from someone to write something down in some kind of staining substance that has since just been gradually washed away into a nondescript smear that only vaguely resembles lettering. It's been a long time since these chambers were occupied, but there is no sign of the corpses of whoever was.
Hey, Scott. Can you read this? It's a bit faded, but you might have a chance. I point to that lettering you mentioned.
I'll look at it, but I don't think comprehend languages allows to do that.
You can look at it and you can definitely tell that it's what language, like it was writing. Like it looks like it might have at one point been some early dialect of Dwarven, but or Lyradol as it's called in this setting, but it is illegible. Water damage has rendered it incapable of being properly read.
Darn, knew it was a long shot.
Yeah.
Could never know.
It was worth a shot. Good hustle.
Well,
Give me a second. My phone's about to start yelling at me any second now. Because normally, right now is about the time I'd be getting up for the day. And my alarm clocks are about to go off. So I just need to be ready to disable that in a moment's notice. Give me 1 second.
do what I do. Throw it in a Faraday cage and let it cry out to nothing.
Well, no, because that'll fuck with the recording. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're recording here. We got, we're telling a story. I got shit to do, and I care about the quality. And the sudden blurting of my phone going, hey, don't forget to take your eye drops is not something I need showing up in the middle of the horror adventure. So,
Well, unfortunately, it just did.
yeah. But yes, but
Just said.
ironically. Now then.
Irony.
All right, so proceeding on from the holding cells and heading north, Skaga, you got there first, and as you sort of come around that little section there, you spot what appears to be just a small little side room, and the corridor up ahead, heading off to the right. So you have two ways you can go: a door to the left or a turn to the right, just up ahead.
Scott Guthers and I just look down the hall. I don't want to move any further than that.
All right.
I'll check out the door then.
All right. So I will go ahead and ignore the fact that there are doors on the south wall in what I just revealed to you. Those are not meant to be there. Those are a holdover from an earlier version of the map, but they aren't actually there. They don't make sense. Just pretend that they're like plaques or something.
They're decorative doors.
They're plaques. As for the door Skaga just opened, you are greeted to a room that is similar in scale to the office you just found. But you see all along the walls what appear to be elaborate manacles, chains, other strange devices, and there's just a thrill that runs down your spine and all along your tail and just makes you involuntarily hiss. A blood memory responds, and you know you're looking at a torture chamber.
Ugh.
One of your ancestors was subjugated to something like this, but managed to survive long enough to continue the bloodline.
I'm just gonna close it and not bother with it anymore.
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me to put on a little shield of mine.
What'd you see in there? Kijo says to Skaga. Skagash.
Skaga.
Skaga.
Skaga! Skaga! You're welcome.
Nothing good.
So more the same then in this whole place.
Yes. Maybe worse in there.
I shall use my draconic vigor, which is the reflavored fiendish vigor. giving me 5 temporary hit points.
Okay. And what are you gonna do with 5 temporary hit points?
Oh, I don't know. It's just a little buffer for things to come. I don't know.
Alright, well, I'll go ahead and just add that to its own little bar.
Yay. Get more bars.
Ooh, there we go. It should be visible.
Very.
Gijo, while taking consideration of Skaga's words, still decides to look into the room more detailed than what she did.
Fair enough.
So I'm just going to do this entire chat is going to be nothing but investigation things forever. No, wait, no, wrong roll, wrong roll.
That's intimidation.
I'm intimidating the room.
Whoa.
All right. Investigation of 20, not natural. Poking your beacon and looking around, there's not a whole lot to see. It's pretty obviously just a torture chamber / holding cell. Presumably presumably a room where whoever the active test subject was would be kept so that they didn't totally ruin their normal holding cell while they were being experimented on. Again, no bodies, no skeletons.
Jeez.
I told you there's nothing good in there.
Right. But doesn't hurt to have a second opinion. And my second opinion is it's god awful. Ugh. Shuts the door. Alright. If I'm remembering correctly, and I'm pretty sure I am, by the looks of this, I mean, it's hard to tell because, the light only goes so far, but I think there's still like a whole section of this whole building we haven't seen, but I don't see another end of the corridor down this way. We might have to loop back, find some other, I don't know, stairs up, stairs down. That's a weird thing. This building feels unnaturally big.
Almost bigger from the inside than from the outside.
You do gotta keep in mind, it was made for the Orions, and they are a lot bigger than you.
Alright.
I look like
Right.
Austria now.
So,
Red, white, red.
So, coming up to the next turn, you look north. The passage continues on for a time before ending in a dead end with some sort of ornamental plaque on the far northern wall. To the left and right, about halfway down, doorways, heavy and stone. Closed, but presumably openable. Another hole in the floor greets your vision right here.
I wonder what these holes are. They're all about the same size.
Sorry,
Smaller
what
than
did you
you.
say?
I'm kind of wondering if it's some sort of, burrowing pest that may have made its home here for a while.
But there's been no other signs of life.
Maybe it moved out too. Couldn't find anything to eat. It moved on. Hopefully. Okay, I think, 30, Alright, you said, it's at the end of the, so we can tell there's a plaque there. I guess, I didn't say to Scott. Hey, Scott!
What?
Can you read this plaque down here?
I don't think anymore. This, I'm pretty sure the 1 hour duration has expired.
Not quite yet.
Okay.
Like you're taking your time poking through this place, but like it hasn't been an hour yet. I'd say you're about halfway through. It's been about half an hour since you cast the spell, so you got a bit of time on it left.
Okay.
All right. So that being said, it doesn't really matter with this because while it is a plaque, it appears more to be more of a mural or relief would be a better term for it rather than a plaque. The description, the text that's written is minimal. The imagery appears instead to be just an artistic, stylized depiction of some extravagantly robed Orient individual with two of their arms overhead cradling the sun, while their other two arms are more spread out to either side, and in either of those outstretched, upturned palms, you see more depictions of some kind of sphere. Not emitting the flaming spokes of the sun, but to some kind of sphere.
Oh.
And the inscription is, "To serve the sovereign lights, that they might serve us."
Huh?
I assume Scott's just translating this all to us.
Yeah.
All right.
Doesn't really ring a bell to me, though.
Wasn't there some mention of sovereign lights earlier, back there in the library, dealing with like something apparently about them going out or something?
Right.
Yep, you're remembering correctly. It was like in the bedchamber, in among the scrawlings and journal notes, where it was mentioned that the lesser of the sovereign lights had been eliminated in some capacity. Though whatever the hell that means, you don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, sounds like a religion of some kind to me. Maybe a cult? Nah, if it was a cult, wouldn't be something like this. Maybe it's part of Orient history, but what do I know? I'm no historian.
What's in these alcoves here?
Pushing open that door and poking your head in, you're greeted to a very large chamber, a high vaulted roof with vent holes in it, sort of descending up or ascending into shadow overhead. Large 4 stone pillars supported at the corners, elaborate what appear to be statues almost, but of abstract organic shape, sort of surround this central cracked and broken stone table with more piles of rubble surrounding you all around.
Whoa.
You cannot begin to guess the function of this room as you're looking around.
That's true. Oh.
Could be.
What?
I don't know. Maybe this is like a religious room, some sort of altar.
What's with this contraption in the back?
Oh, you mean that statue?
Ah, that is a statue. Okay.
Yeah, those are those particular things are depicting the weird ass statues I was talking about. Getting closer and looking at them, it almost looks like someone took like a gorilla in mid-stride, smoothed over all of its features, replaced many of its digits and limbs with those of an octopus or a squid, and then draped the whole thing in a thin, damp sheet that clung tight to its form. It's the hint of some kind of organic shape, but it's fuzzy and indistinct under the folds and wrinkles, and it rubs all of you the wrong way to look at.
Okay.
Just like, we have torches, right?
Yeah, you can all see.
Okay.
You've got light, at least for some radius.
All right.
Skaz and Skaga don't require torches because they have some of the best night vision in the world, but
Helps with everybody else because it just adds more light to the area.
Can Fabian drop a torch down the hole?
sure, if you want to drop a torch, you can drop a torch down the hole.
They had to like look in it.
Yeah. You drop a horse. No, you drop a torch down the hole.
The pygmy horse.
Just drop a pony down there. Wait, no, don't! I don't have my wings!
Where are you keeping that?
What?
Just reach into your pocket, just like, a rainbow dash. Anyway. So dropping a torch down the hall. You're not really greeted to the sight of anything of note. It's just more of those black stains sort of smeared into the stone before it turns off, heading seemingly to the south. That said, as the torch descends and the fiery end sort of strikes against some of the surfaces, you do see that the black stains appear to be flammable, at least for a moment. You see that the fire doesn't just, spark and sputter against where it strikes, where there's this black stains. The stains actually start to smolder and burn a bit. They release a hint of smoke, and when you catch the scent of it, your stomach immediately twists and turns with revulsion. It is the stench of a rotting corpse.
You know what time it is?
What?
Time to roll to see if there's a projectile response.
Constitution saving throw. 13?
I already rolled.
You're queasy, but you're okay.
Excellent.
This other side, Skaga, since you seem to be heading that way, I'll save you a bit of time, appears to be a mirror of the other room, largely the same. The same strange statues facing toward a central table and the pillars in the corners.
I think we have to go back and find a different way.
Seems the statues are a bit better preserved than this one, but all in all, nothing out of the ordinary.
Well, everything's out of the ordinary, but nothing of note.
Yeah, I'm looking for something in the ordinary, sir.
So, I mentioned about this broken pottery. Is this anything special, or am I just
It just appears to be some generic debris.
Okay.
You're not grasping at straws, you're grasping at pottery shards.
You're
Well, no,
grasping,
so
a, pot,
I'm just
you're grasping a potsherd.
I'm also grasping at what the point of these rooms are way here at the end. Like, it's not a religious significance. I don't see any way they're mechanical significance. Hell, they're not even storage. Heck, it's not even like a garden room or a tea room or something for ostentatious reasons like you'd have those uppity nobles happen. Nah, this... Ugh. I just do not understand the architectural choices of these people.
Well, Gejo, you know what they say.
No, I don't.
Well, finally. I don't know either. Everyone says that they know what they say, and, you just go along with it because you don't want to be the one that doesn't,
Well, I've always been one to go against the grain. Like, why are you all heading that way? I'd like to see what's at the end of this hallway.
A wall. I'll say this sometime, Gijo. It's a wall.
It's a wall.
There's nothing
You see-
over there. It's just a wall.
You see, this is exactly why I go against the grain. The rest of you would think, oh, there's nothing down there. But I have confirmed for a fact there is nothing down there.
Just because you hear the voice of God when you ask questions doesn't mean you're going against the grain.
We thank you for your service.
Okay, so starting to backtrack as you found nothing of note at that point. I assume you're all just kind of heading to this point over here? Where
Yeah.
I assume, yeah.
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 So,
I was not zoomed out enough, but I'm going to assume yes.
right there.
Oh,
Cool.
my perspective was forcefully moved.
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Behold
too
my
much
power.
power.
I have the ability to move your camera wherever the fuck I want.
Ah, my guy's over here now. What? Ah.
Motion sickness.
Wait,
Okay.
where's
Do
my
not adjust
token?
your computer
There
monitor.
we go.
He has
Wow.
control of the vertical and the horizontal.
And the diagonal, but that's just a mix of the two. All right, so we are here. Backtracking back towards where that library archive room was and to that T intersection, you peer both ways. Heading south, the corridor seems to connect back up with where you were before.
Huh.
Whereas
Intriguing.
heading east, it goes for quite some distance. You see ways over, there's a turn to the south, and then at the far end, it turns to the north, with more of those black stains around.
When in doubt, follow a kobold.
Yeah, Skaga's on a mission. Skaga's going somewhere.
Not without me.
I will say that she has been making it a point to be in front of Skaz, whatever direction we are headed.
Fair.
Yeah. And Skaz is close behind you, but I can barely understand you.
You're very quiet.
You were kind of far away. I think you were far away from your mic.
Yeah, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but my mic is not apparently very sensitive to my cadence, and so I pretty much have to put it in my mouth almost.
Oh.
Eesh.
All right. So it looks like you're investigating this door heading south.
Yes.
All right. Pushing open the southern door. Nope, that's the wrong music list. This is it. You push open this door.
Oh, there's a door there? I just saw a little alcove.
Yeah, there's a door as you sort of push into the southern alcove, and it opens up, to your surprise, to an outdoor space.
Who?
What appears to be a large orchard or garden of some variety. There are lots of trees here. Some of them are even alive, though many of them are dead. There's a large pond in the heart of the space, long discolored, but present. And while the rain and the wind are still coming down, high stone brick garden walls, albeit with sort of wrought iron coiling sort of spiked rails to, prevent intrusion, sort of hem it in. It's protected from the worst of the weather by the walls.
Do we want to see if we can find food?
In all
We
this
only
raw?
eat meat.
Hmm. I don't know if we should eat anything that we see here.
Yeah, we
I'll
only
agree
eat.
with Fabian on that, God. Now keep in mind, we still got rations here. He ruffles his pack. I mean, they're a little waterlogged, but jerky is jerky.
Is Skaga just jumping into the water?
Sorry, did not.
That is
I did
water.
not realize.
Yeah, no, that
It
is
didn't
water.
look like water.
It's
Okay.
discolored because it's muddy, but it is water.
Right.
Gijo would like to take a average-sized stone, if there's one nearby, and toss it into the deepest part of the pond.
Why would you do that?
It's water.
Intuition.
It's water. Doesn't do anything special. It's water.
No.
This is the first sign of life we've seen since we got here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Curiously,
I'm
I will
half-
point out, as you're sort of stepping out into it and sort of getting an almost pleasant drizzle of rain, as opposed to the intense storm you came in through, as you sort of look down at the door for a moment, you see like the black stain sort of coming out and then just abruptly stopping.
Ah.
So these stains, whatever's making them, either doesn't like being outside, or it can't be outside.
No idea.
That'll.
Or maybe
well,
they are
maybe they're just
washed
washed away.
away.
Yeah, exactly. Washed away. Actually, I'd like to take just hand scoop of the dirtied water and throw it on the sludge and see what happens.
Sludge.
Nothing.
So water doesn't do anything to it, but it reacts to fire. And smells horrible in the process. Well, I guess I'd like to investigate this nice garden area. See if there's anything out of the ordinary that I can guess. Probably not.
I'll just tell you, just poking around, though it's not necessarily comfortable in this space, you have a feeling of safety that you have not had anywhere else since you've washed up. Just for whatever reason, this space feels calming to be in.
We should mark this door in case we need somewhere.
Somewhere to retreat to, or just a...
I
place
want
to
to
hide.
take a look at the. I believe I see some of the vines that came up in the other rooms in here in the
Oh, you mean the roots?
southwest corner. Yeah, those roots.
Over here?
Yeah.
All right. Making your way over to investigate those. For one thing, you see, a door over here. But yeah, it does seem like you're starting to sort of intuit that maybe some of the roots you saw before might have been coming from here. I mean, this whole place is surrounded on all sides by, a dense forest. Most of said forest is dead, but, given how old the structure is, there's plenty of time for the roots to go through, and some of them probably came from here. And Gijo, as a krauven, your naturally very good memory does let you just quickly intuit and deduce what's obvious on the map. The door in the southwest that you see here leads back into that entrance hall where you initially came in.
Alright, let that notify you guys. Looks like we made a loop, which, actually, if my memory serves, there is possibly another door we didn't view back in the entryway. Which, if I'm right, he taps on the wall over here. There's got to be something on the other side of this wall here.
Yep, and tapping on that part of the wall and sort of glancing up, that is where the height of the tower part of this structure rises up into the air, sort of presiding over the sort of upper half swath of the garden.
Well,
so the main sort of lighthouse tower is here.
wait a second. We haven't really taken a look at the entirety of the walkway that we were on, right?
True.
The long corridor.
Yeah, if I'm right. You know what? We can go back here to this calmer place later. I mean, it's not like this building's going anywhere, right?
I hope so.
All right, so returning to the interior, I assume you're going to go around that bend?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Stepping
Stepping past,
jump over here.
stepping around the corner, and sort of navigating around another hole in the floor and looking ahead. The corridor proceeds, more rubble, more of the black stains, and a turnoff to the west, to the left. Skaga sort of leading the charge. You peer around, and you see just covered in these stains, more than anywhere else you've been, a slightly ajar door with a flight of stairs beyond, descending.
The power source is supposed to be in the basement, yes? Right?
Right. Yeah, if I recall correctly, what he said, it was in the basement, but that's an awful lot of them stains.
Well, if we have to turn something on, we need power.
True. Wait a minute. Where's the human?
Fabian kind of fell behind because Impulsive isn't moving his token around.
Ah.
So, I think Skaga is going to actually draw the two short swords that she took from the beach and put one in her teeth and have one at the ready and kind of jump over to push the door open and
All right.
look at the potential of going down.
All right. Pushing open the door with this low groaning of stone and old rusted metal. You are very grateful for your capacity to see in the dark. Fabian, are you moving up or not?
Oh no.
Oh.
Did Spicy lose connection?
Impulsive. Spadoosy-doos. Well, he's dead.
Oh no.
His mic isn't muted.
It's not, no. Maybe he got called away for a second. Impulsive, if you're saying anything, we cannot hear you. Check your mic settings if you're at your desk.
Don't make me get the Ouija board. It's already spooky enough here.
Fabian was my emergency rations. I don't want to lose him.
Snack? Snack? Snack.
No, no treat.
No, he's snack. Right, well, until we get that sorted out, I'm going to pause the recording. All right, we're back. We have an impulsive. Someone intruded upon his space. But, so.
With a giant donut.
Oh, that's acceptable. That's perfectly
It
fine.
weighed
Then.
4 pounds.
That is awesome. Now then.
Yes.
So, coming around the bend and pushing open that door to the basement. Skaga, you are incredibly grateful for your dark vision as you peer down because it is dark. And the walls are just caked in that black stain. And it's damp down there. You can hear the dripping of moisture. And just a cold, eerie draft sort of swirls up around you as you push open the door.
Okay. It's for my brother. Okay. Just start heading down.
All right. Skaga begins the descent.
I will follow closely behind.
And
Skaz
I will
begins
take up
the
the third
descent.
position.
All right. Gijo begins the descent, sort of behind Skaz. Kind of just stop moving your tokens yourself. I'm getting you in order. And that puts
Sorry.
Fabian squarely in back.
Unless he wants to stay up. There's.
So, making the descent. It's not a terribly long staircase, mercifully. After a few minutes, you come through another doorway and into. You're not sure what function this room might once have held. There's another hole in the northern side. Plenty of rubble, more roots sort of poking through the walls on the southern end, and lots of rubble with another door on the far end from you. It's, all things considered, pretty tame.
Range.
No?
Damn,
It looks like at some point this room might have served a purpose, but that purpose is missing now.
damp, dreary, and horrible smelling, and absolutely destroyed. Reminds me of the barracks.
Where?
Are there holes in the ground here as well? Or are they more in the ceiling or something?
There is indeed another hole in the ground on the northern side.
Fabian looks around the room and says, "This room feels like how my grandpa described himself."
Oh no.
Old, worn out, and disgusting? Sounds like your grandpa needs some self-esteem.
I mean, it's a bit late for that, I guess.
Ah. Make a rest his soul, whatever.
pushing open the
Oh.
door.
Yes.
All right.
You're not good at talking to people.
It opens with like some not as much noise as you would expect actually from the doors you opened so far. This one seems a little less rusted, a little less sealed over with the passage of time. The corridor on the other side, like all the others so far, strewn with rubble and debris.
Is the rubble and debris coming from the ceiling?
Partly.
Ceiling
Seems to be like sections where like the brickwork of the walls has gradually sort of crumbled in.
Okay, but explainable, not just
Is
somebody
this a-
shoving stuff in here.
Yeah, it's explainable. It's like sections
Okay.
of the wall have started to like crumble away, or bits of the roof have fallen in. Not enough to be a full cave-in, but enough to show that this place is aging and falling apart as time passes.
Shoddy workmanship.
Is this an active trail? Or not active, but is this an actual trail of the vomit?
Looking at the black stains on the floor in this room, it does actually appear to be some kind of trail, like something was like dragged along. It kind of follows the floor, getting thicker and thicker before sort of vanishing into a very narrow, like 3 to 4 inch gap, sort of where the wall meets the floor at the corner there, and just vanishing into the stonework.
Weird.
Hmm.
Do you think there's a secret behind that, brother?
I almost think we have some sort of sludge or ooze here on our hands here.
Ooze? I mean, like a slime or a, what are they called? The gelatinous cubey thingies I've heard adventurers talk about?
Mm,
Because that can't be
Yeah.
true, because I thought those things, like, eat up filth
Nope.
and whatnot. If they exist, wouldn't there
Yeah.
be no filth whatsoever?
yeah, must be some kind of. I don't know, but I got an oozy feeling. You develop this kind of feeling when you spend your life underground.
Jeez. If it is something gelatinous, I rather hope not. The only way to deal with those things, to my knowledge, is, well, lots of fire.
Got a bit of fire, but not that much.
Advancing forward, there's a door at the northern end of this corridor. With the last sort of, not quite last moments, but with like the last few minutes of your comprehend languages going here, Skies, you can see there's like an inscription above the room, sort of on a plaque above the door, which reads, "Power Core, bring protection."
Oh. Ring protection. I don't think we've seen anything that amounts to protection just yet, did we?
Nope.
Did they mean? I wonder if
It
they mean,
seems-
like...
Hey,
I've been so
Fabian!
long.
Yeah.
Come here.
For clarity, it's basically
Okay.
it means like bring like a hazmat suit
Yeah,
is the equivalent.
I'm holding Fabian in front of me.
What are you doing?
The brave and the kobolds,
that's
gentlemen.
okay. Don't worry.
All right, so
Oh, okay.
all right, Skyga
now.
pushing open the door.
Yes,
Alright.
I mean, unless you think they might have stored some sort of protection upstairs in the tower, but that would be. That's not a very wise place, correct?
We haven't seen any of the other rooms, or in the archives and whatnot. It might be they
That's
just,
just-
have it right here.
Let's
I'd
peer
say if we don't
inside.
see-
I'll let you have the Skijo because krauven avian intelligence. Just sort of intuiting it in your head, you would hazard a guess that the protective suits you're sort of the plaque suggests one should wear in the chamber beyond were probably meant to be housed and acquired in the room you just left. but those have all gone now. So.
Well, I relay that and I add, so if any did exist, we'd have a better chance. There might be some in the room beyond, but if there isn't, I'd almost say, well, if we don't see anything in the room beyond, I'd say we don't risk it. Yeah, especially when it comes to anything magical. I mean, if it's warning us there's going to be problems, you do not fuck with magic. That's one thing I've learned.
But if we don't, how do we leave?
Well, the door is still there and whatnot. I mean, we've just been exploring this just trying to find. We haven't even checked the tower yet, you know.
Let's just see what's inside. We can just leave again quickly.
Yeah.
Wait,
So-
magic?
Pushing open the door. You are greeted to a wide room with a bizarre sort of stone and gold and metallic contraption on the northern wall. There are 4 circular slots in its front, each one occupied by a gold-capped cylinder that appear to have been plugged in but no longer are functioning. On the left-hand side, there is just a broken hole in the wall, much like the holes you've seen in the floor, that is caked in more of the black stains. Along the northern wall on the far right-hand side, there's what appears to be a caved-in passage heading north, no longer traversable.
I guess looking at. Oh, I called to Skagath. Skagath, what are you doing? It's dangerous in here. Didn't you read the sign?
Yes,
I
but
read
there's nothing going on.
It doesn't mean that there's not something like, I don't know, poison in the air or magical aura doodad thingamabobs.
Hang on, guys. I'm gonna use my Geiger counter.
Fabian says, hold on, guys. I'm going to whip out my Geiger counter. And his third arm pulls out a pip bomb. Oh, wait. When did I get this? This is new. Anyone else suddenly got eyes in the back of their head, or is that just me?
You developed a mutation.
Several, very quickly, but no. So, what y'all doing?
Gijo is remaining firmly on this side of the door and basically saying, he's like, I think this is a bad idea, mates.
Gaga goes inside. I have to as well.
All right.
But
You two can make perception checks if you like, stepping in.
You don't have to follow me, brother. I go in so that you don't have to.
You guys have a weird relationship.
He is chosen. I am not.
Right. So,
Okay.
I will give...
yeah, but still, you're still precious to me.
Right, so, sort of poking your noses around, sniffing a bit, and Skaz, you in particular, is the one more in tuned with magic, sort of check your ring stone and look around and feel for it. You're not getting any sense of anything hazardous in the air at this moment. It's stale. Whatever dangerous substance necessitates protection is not currently an active element of the chamber. That being said, if you turn the power back on, that might change.
Right.
Fabian, you're checking out the hole?
Yeah.
All right. Peering into that hole in the wall, it is tight and jagged and claustrophobic, and you do not like it. Just looking at it gives you the heebie-jeebies. Like, even the kobolds would have to go sidelong to navigate this. And it is damp.
Nope.
Like, it is damp, it is dripping. It's still like dry stains, but like moisture from topside is seeping through and just falling through leaving little dark puddles in the floor to mingle with the dry stains.
I'd like to take a closer look at the machine then, since it's dead.
All right, go ahead and make for me an investigation check.
Damn it! Okay, both of those were terrible. Whatever. I can't intimidate the machine to tell me its secrets here.
No. Okay, a 4 for investigation. You're not really familiar with contraptions and machinery, or clockwork, or any of the other weird things the Orions did in lieu of enchantment or magical effects. The only thing you can really tell giving it a look over, and this is just patently obvious, is that, again, there are the 4 slots in that sort of front face, and you see several of the blue sort of inlaid conduits feeding into this thing. Skaz, you looking it over with the last remnants of your comprehend languages. This is the last time I let you read something for free.
I would cast it new if I had to, but...
As it is, sort of reading through it, you sort of see sort of instructions sort of written on sort of like one of those side support pillars, explaining the function of the device in case someone else has to operate it. The basic gist that you gather is that there are 4 power rods that need to be slotted into the power core to provide the facility with the energy it needs for its automatic functions to function, and for its more complicated systems, such as the fire on the lighthouse, to be sustained indefinitely. However, the rods are a limited supply of power, as they have to be charged with an absurd amount of luma. But in the event that haste is required and that charging can't be done in a timely manner, there are, it says, spare rods kept in the northern storerooms.
Northern storerooms.
It indicates that these rods generate an absurd amount of some sort of radiation when the machine is active, and prolonged exposure can cause illness.
Right.
Storerooms. You think it's what those 2 rooms at the northern part that we visited earlier, the identical ones, probably were? Nah. Wait, could it have been?
With decaying piles of whatever?
Sort of
Possible.
looking past the machine, you do see the caved-in passage over here.
Oh. Ah, that could be one of the storerooms.
Yeah. Yeah, the other option is going through that... Well, I don't even think I could even fit through that hole in the wall over there.
I will.
Probably not, but...
I am smallest. And it would be less dangerous for everyone.
Yeah. I'd say we shouldn't try pushing our luck into anything really too claustrophobic before we check out the rest of the building. There's still
not
that-
much left to check out.
Well, there's the tower in the center. Haven't been there yet.
I'll try and investigate the passage here to see if it's possible to clean this somehow.
Yeah, sure. Investigation check.
14.
With the tools and resources at your disposal, this is largely an impassable cave-in. Like, your familiarity with subterranean environments and the structural support, you very quickly sort of clock that if you try to, like, dig this out, there's a very real risk that you would accidentally trigger an even worse cave-in. The pile of rubble here is partly responsible for supporting the roof of this room in the first place. Digging through it would compromise that structural integrity and potentially bring the whole thing caving in on your heads. And that's assuming you could even find a sufficient leverage to actually move some of the larger stones. So,
Damn.
that being said, there are tiny gaps in the rubble through which you can kind of peer through to the other side. So I'll give you a little cone of that.
A cone.
Yep, little cone of visual.
Ooh. There's definitely a room up ahead, but I don't think we can reach it from here.
Not through that passage, at least.
Well, Skyguy, as much as you want to crawl into tight confines that are damp and sticky and smelly and all that jazz, I think it'd be probably better if we, use that as the last option.
Maybe there's a better way. But
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe that might be some sort of tool or something in the central compound, for all we know. So I vote we go check it out. And then, if we have nothing else, we'll come back here and do that.
yeah, I would agree.
That sounds like a good idea to me.
Alright. The
but-
Skaz agree?
I agree. Come on, Skaga.
Alright.
We'll get there.
Alright.
Alright, so I
Eventually.
assume we're just gonna head back to the fruit.
I'll just move you back to the first map.
I'd say let's head down through the garden since it's peacefuler.
Indeed.
Heck,
Basically just going this way, in a sense.
Alright, so
Power.
you make your way out of the basement, make your way back out into that garden space where you genuinely feel some measure of safe. Nope, that's not correct. That's I accidentally stretched out Fabian.
He is pudgy, but not that much.
Let's see here. Making your way south, you eventually arrive back at the door that you spotted previously, that Gedjo noted arrived at the entrance hall, and push that open, I'm assuming.
If it pushes.
Yep. you push
Quick question.
we
This right
pull.
here, this is all fencing, you said?
Yeah, it's all high wall, and then there are like wrought iron spikes all along it, very ornate and elaborate, like a big old fence on top of the wall.
Okay.
Feasibly, climbing it would be possible if you had like a grappling hook and a rope and some damn good acrobatics checks. Be tricky though.
Okay.
But regardless, you step through the door and back out into the entrance hall from earlier. The only passage left to explore is the northernmost one.
Right.
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 Well, that's what we came here for. Last spot that we haven't checked out in this entire decrepit ruin of a pigsty.
All right. Pushing open these doors, some of the more elaborate doors in the structure, with strange, intricate patterns and symbols that you can no longer read written on them, you push it open and you're greeted to a large, sort of rectangular square chamber, support pillars at the ends. In the middle, a large circular platform with various sort of elaborations on it, and what appear to be metallic rails almost, going up, up, up along the whole length of the tower. The whole inside of the tower is hollow, save for the uppermost levels. And you get the impression that this seems to be some manner of elevator. There's no
So we have-
stairs, there's no ramp.
So we have to go back.
You see more of the blue conduits feeding into this room, sort of running up the walls and feeding into the platform.
Any switches or obvious mechanisms on the
There
walls?
is
or
a
anything,
lever
or-
next. There is a lever next to the platform.
But it
My
won't
guess
do
is that ain't
anything.
gonna work without power. Well, looks like you were right, Skaga. Looks like
Skaga. Just muttering under her breath
It's like,
because she doesn't want to admit that she was right.
it's like, ah, shit.
all right.
I pat her on the back and say, well, good instincts, but never hurts to check first.
You're supposed to be right, not me.
Using my krauven memory of every room we've investigated so far, was there any signs of shovels, hoes, pickaxes, any long tool implements by chance in any of the rooms? Like possibly the dining room or the pantry or any of those two storage rooms?
Nothing that would be functional. You got the impression that this whole facility was primarily used as a research base that doubled as a lighthouse for whoever lived here. But like, there wasn't an active mining operation, and these were Orions. They didn't need to do any digging for themselves. They had slaves for that.
I just meant gardening tools, even possibly.
Yeah, like any tools that might be around are not in condition to be used. And even if they were, it would take some pretty damn impressive ingenuity to make them functional enough to get through the wall there.
All right. Well, who's up for just going out into the wild and just trying to survive on our own out there? I'll be honest, I do not like the vibe of this place anymore, and I am perfectly fine with getting the hell out of here.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, let's go.
We're never getting rescued. I don't want to spend the rest of my life in here. I need to get back to my people.
Yeah, the term is horde. Yeah.
You're right, I know. Just say what's in the back of the mind.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we'll go back down and try and squeeze through that little alcove.
That's what we're gonna have to do. It sounds like I'm fine with going back there.
All right. I'll save you some time and just move your tokens back to the basement map so that you don't have to do too much work.
Yay.
So go ahead and park yourselves wherever you like, and go ahead and pick who's going in first. It is a case where you have to go in single file, and I'll let you know whoever goes in is going to have their movement speed halved as long as they're in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's such a claustrophobic space. You're squeezing.
I think Gas goes seconds after Skaga.
All right. So, Skaga, you make your way into the claustrophobic passage and start picking your way through, and it is deeply uncomfortable. You can feel like the slightly damp and sticky walls sort of poking at various parts of your body as you're shimmying through. Bits of unnaturally slimy rock scraping against the back of your head, your horns occasionally catching on something stringy and almost fleshy. The occasional drips of moisture from the ceiling passing through the stains that then fall on your snout smell wretched and just leave little dark spots and leave your scales and the skin underneath slightly itchy. It's extraordinarily unpleasant.
I'm there to give her support.
Okay.
But on you go. On you go. Further into these claustrophobic tunnels before they eventually start to bend around. And after presumably a couple of minutes of just tight, uncomfortable shimmying, you finally reach the exit point and push out into a open room with shelves full of things and metal crates and barrels along the southern wall. Another one of those weird holes in the southern floor, and a door on the far side that you assume leads into the chamber that Skaz saw earlier.
Okay.
Let's check for things.
Seems to be useful in these barrels.
Definitely looks
Why do you keep
better
rolling
preserved.
Intimidation?
Look, the text is small and my mouse keeps jittering.
You can zoom in. But okay. All right, anyone else doing a search of the shelves?
Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just trying to intimidate the shelves into giving me things.
It's like, listen here, you little pig shit. Give me a potion.
Would you prefer investigation or perception?
Either or in this case. The DCs might be
Okay.
slightly different, but either one's applicable. I'm not too picky. All right, 24 perception from Skaga. Skaga is sniffling around through like the barrels and the shelves. You don't find the rods in this room, but you do find, I will say, a single red vial that you identify as being incredibly stale, but a healing potion.
I will pocket that in case of emergency and keep snuffling about until I'm satisfied that there's nothing else to find.
There is a new scent that's sort of hitting you, and Skaz will pick up on this too with that nose. Just something rancid. Like again, like rot, but more fresh. Like something died in this room not long ago, and it's causing a stink.
Okay.
We should check out the other room and see if there's power things.
Unusual.
I think they were called power rods, and I'm getting a whiff of something still.
Alright. Advancing forward, you push open the next door. Kind of have to push through some more of that sort of a pasty growth along the ground that you saw in that one storage room up on the first floor. And it opens up into another storage room. And you don't even need to make a roll this time. Casting your eyes about, you spot, sort of neatly stacked on one of the shelves on the northern side, another set of those 4 rods. These ones emitting a gentle blue glow from their cylindrical cores.
Is there any sign of any gloves or gear in this room besides those?
Sure. I'll say that there's like a pair of like leather gloves fit for Orion hands on the shelves not far away from the rods. So, like, you put them on, and it's like you're stuffing your hand into the legs of a pair of pants. It's like,
Skyguy
this
looks
doesn't
like-
fit.
Skyguy looks like a V cosplayer from League of Legends.
It's like boxing mitts as big as your head.
Okay. I am the least important, so I will carry them. And then we will get out of here.
All right.
What's this little thing over here? Is it a hole or?
That is
one
another hole
next?
in the floor, yes.
That
Yeah, another
must
one.
be a very deep hole.
So,
No.
all right. So, Skaga, you start picking up the rods. They're fairly sizable, but you can carry all 4 of them sort of like cradled up to your chest in a bundle. And Gijo, you were approaching that hole in the back?
Yeah,
Give
I
it
was
a
gonna
look?
shine my light through it.
All right. You approach, and you shine your light into it. There's something in there
Oh shit.
Oh, jeez.
moving.
Oh,
And you
Oh,
see
guys?
this shifting mass of just rotten black gunk, flesh partially decomposed, all dark slime, just like the stains you've been seeing all over, shift under the light of your lantern. And I need
God,
everyone to
you-
roll initiative.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Where are you, initiative? Come on. There you are.
Oh. Whoa.
Nice. All right, we are
Okay.
spooked.
Indeed. Let me just let me find a thing here. Okay. A 12. So, Skaga, you are first. What do you wish to do?
Don't get too close.
I'm going to use one of my precious spell slots and the
Bear in mind, none of the
Ringstone
rest of you have
attack-
actually seen this thing yet. Gijo has simply seen it.
Oh, okay.
And I'll go ahead and say that Gijo has declared. Gijo, what do you say as initiative starts?
See? Whatever the fuck that is, we need to get out of here!
My statement still stands because I figured I might even be slow just from carrying these, whether or not I am. I'm going to use one of my spell slots to cast Long Strider, and then start going back for that crack in the wall.
All right. What does Long Strider do for you again?
Extra 10 feet of movement.
Ah, okay. So that gives you like a total of 40 feet of movement?
Yes.
All right. So you were no, I don't want to rescale you. You were right here, so you can get about there.
Yeah.
All right. That's your go. Gijo, you're up.
All right, for my first, let's see, I'm just reading that. Okay, good. Okay, so for action, which we got action, movement, and bonus. Right. So, is switching weapons an action with you or a bonus action? I forget, because that's DM rules apparently.
It's like dropping a weapon is an instant action, and you can like draw a weapon if you have a free hand as a bonus action, as I think how it's usually done.
Okay, well then, since I'm not equipped with anything, I guess I'll just start with the light crossbow. I'm gonna shoot into that hole right in that thing's fucking face.
All right, roll for me.
And oh shit, did I'm trying to remember if I added the +2 attack to the attack rolls for archery.
If you are proficient with the weapon, it's 1d20 plus your dex mod plus your proficiency bonus.
And +2 if archery fighting style is chosen.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So
I didn't know you had that. Okay.
yeah, so in the light crossbow, should I have it attack being dex +2 and proficient then?
Yes.
Well, I believe so.
All right, 2 because of the archery thing. Okay, I was just trying to add that into the thing so it'd be automatic and there was less math to do.
Fair
Right,
enough.
then I think I got that entered correctly. All right, shooting.
You fire your crossbow bolt into the hole, and you just start seeing like tendrils and appendages and a face pushing through this black mass in response as it starts to ascend the hole toward you. It did not like that you did that.
Yeah, I figure not. That's why I'm now also running.
All right, that triggers an attack of opportunity.
2, 3. Oh shit! All right, 3. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Which do I roll? Oh no.
You don't roll anything. It's just attacking you.
Ah, okay. All right.
So that is a 10 to hit.
And I've got 17.
All right, so you manage to avoid it as these tendrils sort of reach out toward you, and you just sort of duck back just in the nick of time. And, like, they move nightmarishly quick. You do not doubt that if that had hit you, it would have probably broken several bones.
Right, 2, 3. All right, I move over here. And bonus. Looks like there's nothing bonus-wise I can do, so that will be the end of my turn.
All right, Fabian, you're up.
Fabian is going to hold his sword tightly because he's been walking around with it in his hand almost
This
this
entire time. Wise, probably.
And he's going to see that. And
Oh crap! I'm sorry to interrupt. I just realized. Did I hit it technically, or was there literally no effect? So no damage.
You did not hit it. You did not hit its armor class. I just framed it as it just absorbing the bolt because,
Okay.
well, there's nowhere else for the bolt to go.
Gotcha. Okay. Just clarification. I didn't know if I
okay,
missed a step there. Yeah. Kick it, Fabian. Woo!
going there.
All right, you kind of squeeze between Skaz and Gijo and go barreling through the door away. So, is there anything else you want to do on your turn? You can use your action to take the action dash and double your movement speed.
Prying is a free action.
Oh, yeah, correct. Yes, crying is a free action. You are sobbing hysterically. It is very dignified.
Yes, there's no dignity here. Yes, we will take the dash action
All
and
right.
go right there.
All right. Skaz, you're up.
Okay, Skaz will use his bonus action to cast Hex on this form.
Okay. What does Hex do again? I'll get in chat for us, I believe, is a thing you can do.
Yeah. This one.
Okay. Place a curse on a creature that you can see within range. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit it with an attack. Also, choose one ability when you cast a spell. The target has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability. If the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn of yours to curse a new creature. A remove curse cast on the target ends this spell early. And it lasts for up to 1 hour with concentration. And there's no opposed roll. Oh wait, it does say spell save DC 14. Is there an opposed roll here?
There is.
At the bottom it says spell save DC 14, but that's just derived from your spell casting.
Yeah, but there's no save to this.
Okay, all right. So
I just
you
curse it.
Yep, you pull out your ringstone, focus on this thing as it's surging up from the hole. Concentrate for a second and just channel the wrath of your dragon onto it as a curse. And the effect hits. There's this sort of like oppressive force that strikes the mass as it's emerging. And like you like feel it over the connection, a surge of alarm from your dragon.
Okay. Whatever.
Basically meaning she is aware of what you are fighting, and she is upset would be a generous way of, it would be an understatement. She's afraid for you right now.
Okay.
Oh, great. I'm afraid for you.
I will also
So what is the
use
attribute
my
you choose to give disadvantage on?
strength.
Strength.
Because grappling is done with strength.
Fair enough. All right.
And I am going to use my Eldritch Blast to shoot at the thing.
All right. Spell attacks.
Okay, gimme.
You're only level 2, so I think you only get one Eldritch Blast right now, right?
That is correct. Unfortunately. This way. Ooh, nice.
22. That will hit.
Okay.
So, you
I
gather. So, after you finish that first spell, you then just gather raw, concentrated Luma in the palm of your hand and send it forward. Roll your damage.
Okay. I do. Let's see. I do 8 points of force damage, and I'm not sure if it takes necrotic damage, but if it does so, it would take another 3 from the hex spell.
All right. 8 and 3 points of damage. Good to know. Give me a moment here. All right, so you blast it
And
with that
I
spell.
move.
It lets out this gurgling shriek. All right,
And I
and you book it.
run.
All right. It is to the mass. It is going to move here.
Oh no.
Let's see here. And it has 10-foot reach.
Ah!
Oh no.
So it's going to attack you again, Gijo. It has no disadvantage on the attack roll, right? Just on like the grapple.
Correct.
That is a 20, not natural to hit.
Ooh.
Damn it.
All right, Gijo, you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, I believe is what it says here.
Lovely.
So, these tendrils lash out, smash into you, and as they do, humanoid fingers push through and grip tightly. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. That's clicking dexterity itself, or
Dexterity saving throw. There's a saving throws
Saving.
window. 20. All right, you manage to avoid being grappled by the mass as you sort of shrug it off, like you sort of bring your crossbow up and smack its hands away. And as you do, like, that face you saw before briefly pushes through again, like a humanoid skull, teeth wiggling and shattering together. Just slurry of black tendrily mass through the eye sockets and nostril holes. And that is its turn. Skaga, you're up.
All right, 40 feet of movement to get here, and then I'm going to dash, which
Right.
you said half speed, so...
Yep. You're going to be moving at only 20 feet through this hole. All right. That is Skaga's turn. Gijo, you're up.
Run!
Let's see. All right. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do action surge. So I get 2 actions right now. For my
Indeed.
first action, I'm going to shoot it in the face again.
All right.
Go for it.
14. That does not hit. You sort of bring your crossbow up and fire off another shot, and the mass just shifts around the bolt.
Jeez.
Yeah. Looking like all right. Then for the second action, whatever's in here, come on.
Run away.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Because if you don't dash, it'll get you no matter what next round
Yeah,
again.
that's basically what I'm thinking. Is like I'm gonna use that to sprint, like a
Alright,
Good
BFM.
idea.
There, use
So
an
I'll
action to
have-
dash.
So I'll
So
have
you're-
double movement speed, right?
Yep, double movement speed.
So, yeah, right there.
Yep.
Move
All right.
right there next one. And for the bonus, I can drink a potion as a bonus, right?
I allow that, yes.
Okay, I couldn't remember which area bonuses. All right, then I'll use one of the 2d4 plus 4 potions of healing I have on me. So 2d4.
All right, you
plus 4,
regain
so
6
10.
hit points as you quickly just chug a potion as you're running.
Oh,
It's a little
water.
waterlogged.
Could be
but
8.
It's two.
8
It's
even.
isn't it?
8.
Isn't it? Aren't health potions 2d4 plus 4?
Plus 2.
Oh, plus 2. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
8.
Okay. Either way, that brings you back up to max HP. You feel a couple of bones that were popped out of line snap back into place.
You basically would say, "I don't know what that thing is, but it hits hard. Don't let it get near you."
Fabian, it's your turn.
So we're gonna do is take.
What?
Someone was knocking
Somebody's
on the door.
knocking.
Somebody's knocking at your door.
It's
Not
the
at my
it is
door.
the mass. Also, do you notice what happens if you hover your cursor over it?
Just the ... I
like that.
Yeah.
It's a fun treat.
Oh, like we don't even know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
It's
if you
the
wanted to make that real
dot.
crazy, you do question mark, question mark, question mark. Like, not even you can perceive what Genghis's true form is. But yeah, okay. So this thing hits hard. I really hope it doesn't have.
It's meant to hit hard.
I just hope that it doesn't have maximum movement speed through the hole.
Yeah.
Would not be surprised.
Run.
But impulsive
Here's-
seems to have been taken away
All
from
right.
this. There you are.
So
I assume he's just gonna run. Use
5
his
foot
action.
step exists in this, right?
I don't know what that is.
I think
Okay,
that's
that
the
means it doesn't.
No, it's
equivalent of disengage.
yeah. You can take your action to disengage and not get an attack of opportunity, but you need your move to move. You can't take 5 foot steps or anything. With 3E and 4E. And
Not
Pathfinder.
sure if any of us have that. But I'm just assuming that impulsive is probably just gonna run for it.
Probably wise.
Are we going to need to hit the quarantine
Okay.
thing once this is
So-
powered back up?
You don't know.
I'm asking the party. I know you're not going to answer that.
Okay, so
It might be a possibility.
how do we judge a dash distance if speed is halved and I've
Well,
moved an
d-
odd
well,
number
dash
of
double.
feet?
Well, dash doubles your movement speed. Basically speaking, if for every square you move in the tunnel, every square you move takes up double the space. So if you've got like an additional 20 feet of movement, you'd only be able to move like 2 squares in the tunnel because that's
Yeah, but I have 25 feet of movement.
well, round down.
Okay.
5? I thought you were human.
Yeah,
he
but
had,
I've
he had to
moved
move
5
one
feet.
to get to the entrance.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, never
That's why I
mind.
was asking if 5 foot step is a Pathfinder thing, because it's basically a maneuver that doesn't count towards movement.
Yeah, not here.
All right.
I like the music going right now.
It's
So
good music.
there.
I don't think we can squeeze past each other in
Not
here,
in that
right?
space. No, not in a claustrophobic space like that.
So
Oh,
probably the most you
great.
could do is be right up next to her.
Oh, I can move further. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
with a bonus action or action well, it would be bonus action for you, wouldn't it? Because rogue.
Oh wow! So I should have.
Oh,
already been in
you're a
this tunnel.
rogue. Uh-huh.
Do they get that at level 2?
I don't
Yes.
know.
They do.
But either way, you can't. In this particular claustrophobic space, you can't move through a space occupied by an ally. Unfortunately, Skaga's in the lead, so you're kind of just stuck on her for the moment.
Sorry, I assumed I was fastest.
You probably are with that long stride, but you are in that claustrophobic space, so. Anyway, I believe that's everything Fabian can do, because crying is a free action.
Hang on, I might be able to do something else. No.
Okay, Skaz it is then. You're up, lizard boy.
Okay. Um. Okay, I'm gonna dash as well.
All right.
Okay. And getting to here at most.
All right. That's as far as you can get, I believe.
Yeah.
Anything else you
Yeah,
can
that's
do, or
the
is that it?
problem. In the turn order, it's a little difficult right here.
Well, either way, if there's nothing else you can do this turn,
Not really.
it's time for the mass. And it is going to push through that doorway And you just see like hands and teeth just pushing through the front of it as it's surging forward like an angry tidal wave, and it's going to action dash. Park itself right there. Yep. All right. Skiga, it's to you.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40.
So you can get about there with a full dash. Gijo, to you.
Well, I am fucked.
I'm
You
sorry.
should have just dashed twice.
He's not a rogue.
Yeah, but he had action surge.
Yeah.
And he started by trying to fight the thing, and that didn't really work. Now did it?
Yeah, let's see here. Options.
Hindsight is 2020, and 2020 was fucked.
Yeah.
He realizes how little space there is there and realizes there's not going to be enough distance, so he shouts out to them, "Get moving! Get that machine on as soon as you fucking can!" And turns basically, he's just like, "I'm going to buy you some time!"
Ooh, okay.
Oh no.
Let's see here. All right. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Looks like piercing doesn't seem to work on this son of a gun. All right. So I would use it to switch to a different weapon. I would have to take an action. Or would that be a bonus action?
If you have a free hand, it's a bonus action.
Well, it's a light crossbow, so that's a one-handed crossbow. So
And another hand is holding your lantern.
Yeah.
You can drop your crossbow as a free action and use a bonus action to draw a different weapon.
All right, I think he's gonna.
But that also means you lose the crossbow if you don't come back for it, so.
I know. I think instead, would throwing the lantern be considered an action?
You can try that as an improvised weapon attack. I'll allow it.
But would that be considered an attack, though? Is the question.
It would
here.
be considered an attack, yes.
All right.
Yeah, if the sludge is
it did-
flammable.
Does hate fire? You know, he's just gonna throw the lantern in it.
All right. Do you want to get within melee range so that you can get a melee bonus, or are you doing it from range?
We're gonna do it from range because he does better with range stuff as a dex guy.
All right. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
How the hell would I throw that? What would you call that? Attack roll? The D20
It's
D10?
just a ranged attack roll.
Basically, you add your dexterity, and as it's a ranged attack your roll, you can add your archery bonus to it, but you can't add your proficiency bonus.
Because you are not proficient in throwing lanterns at things.
So I roll a 1d20 and then add my dex and my proficiency.
No, you roll 1d20, add your dex and the archery bonus, not your proficiency.
Okay.
Because you are not
What's an
proficient in
archery
throwing
bonus?
lanterns.
1d20. Can I add math to this thing or no?
Yeah, you can add math. I do it all the time.
I mean, no, to the actual roll. Like, could I do 1d20 plus blah blah blah?
Yes.
And it would. Okay. 1d20 plus 5. That should be it because I got 3 to dex and 2 for archery. So.
Like, you can do that, for example.
Okay. All right. Let's see what happens.
19. That will
Throwing the
hit.
lantern
Go ahead and roll me. What is the damage on an acid flask again? Like 1d8 or something?
I guess I don't.
2d6.
2d6. Okay. Go ahead then, Gijo, and roll me 2d6.
Ooh.
10.
Nice.
Nice. So, you sort of pitch back and you throw the lantern forward, and it smashes against the front of the mass. And as it does, the lantern, sort of the front of it shatters, the oil spills out, the flames mix with it, and the whole mass just immediately ignites with this horrible. It takes double damage from fire, and it did not like that.
Ooh.
All right. You want to do anything else, or is that your turn?
Move.
Jeez, movement's not gonna help here. You know what? He'll just okay. He'll move himself in front of the gap, just to block it for the creature from sneaking around him.
What?
Bold of you.
To come help you.
All right. Fabian, you're up.
I hope. Gijo.
Okay. We're gonna take the dash action.
Okay.
Which
That'll
is
let you
going
move
to,
about. That'll let you move about 30 feet all told. So you can get about here with one dash,
You can
What?
dash twice.
which would
I
let
can't.
you get, which would let you catch up to Skaga.
And I am gonna do that. So
All right, but that consumes your whole turn.
well, how many other things can I do in this tunnel?
Not many. Skaz, you're up.
Exactly.
Okay. Gas is gonna do the one thing that might possibly be the only thing that might save Geijo.
Are you gonna grab him and drag him?
Nah, I am not strong enough for that. But I will cast command on that thing and just hope it understands me, or I hope it understands it even has to understand my language. I'm gonna utter it in the dragon language. And I have no idea if that works or if it doesn't.
It is the same language as magic. I will say that.
I will say flee.
Flee is.
It
there
only
a,
lasts. It only lasts for a turn, but if it works, I might get Gage out.
Is there a saving throw attached to that?
Yes, unfortunately.
Okay, which saving throw?
Let me link it. There.
Wisdom saving throw. That's not one of its good ones.
Okay.
All right. DC is 14.
Yeah.
8. And you were speaking this in Dragon Tongue?
Yes.
All right. So, you...
My last bit of magic.
Yep, so you issue that command to this thing, this mass. And it does not seem to resist the effect. All right, that is your action.
And I move 20 feet to get here and to actually see this, and I'm using my last 10 feet to go here, and I can't
Alright.
run, unfortunately.
All right. All right. And that brings us back to the mass. Between the fact that it is currently on fire and the fact that it was just commanded to flee by a spell it failed to resist, it's going to let out this horrific shrieking gurgle as one of the hands that keeps pushing out of it sort of forms into like this bony finger pointing sort of at Gijo and then past him at Skaz, as if like to say, you, before it will use its full turn to dash and disappear into this hole in the floor.
Oh no.
That's what the holes are for. Lovely.
Yeah.
I kind of figured. Oh no.
I just want you to know that I blame you for this.
Me?
It probably would have just chased us normally, but now we don't know where it is.
Indeed. But that ends its turn. Skaga, you're up.
Oh, shit.
There we
All right,
go.
just full going, just full gunning it.
Yeah. I've got the power rods, so whatever kind of cancer I've developed in the state of California.
All right, so you full dash. That consumes your turn.
Yep,
Green
I've
Mile
got no
Island
bonus
kobold.
actions.
All right, Gijo, you're up.
I'm gonna assume that it left, but that the lantern is probably absolutely destroyed at this point.
Oh yeah, no, you have no. You cannot see now.
All right. Oh shit! Right. All
Like
my
the only
torches are
line of
drying
sight you
back.
have is on Skaz's ring stone. That's the
Alright,
only
well, then
source of
I'm-
light you have.
I'm just gonna stick with Skaja. I assume we're out of turn order, so as he moves,
No, turn
I'll
order's
move.
still going.
Oh, okay. Then shit. No, I'm out of
Hold,
torches.
hold your action and follow me.
All right. And I could I take the torch from him since he's got night vision?
You can take a torch from him. You did give him one earlier, so you can do that.
All right. It's I just have him. Yeah, hand it to me. So
All right,
Okay.
you've
he
got
can
line
see
of
fine
sight.
without it. Yeah, cool.
All right. So holding your action and just following Skaz.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fabian, you're up.
There.
All right.
We all know what I'm doing.
Yep, you're just following the little kobold. Skaz, it's to you.
Okay. 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30.
Yep.
And
all
that's
right.
it.
Yep. All right. One moment. All right. Skaga,
Uh-oh.
it's to you again.
Is Gijo gonna use his held action to catch up then?
He can do that, can't he? He can use the held action to
Yeah.
dash. Is that right?
Yep,
All right.
absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
But it just means I'll keep on holding my actions each time my turn comes up. Then.
All right. So here, I believe that would put you like right here.
Oh, right, because I'm 30,
Half
so
movement. Yeah, half
15.
movement.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3. Oh,
Yep.
jeez, fun.
Yeah. Not very far, but
I thought you were dashing.
Well, yeah, I'm
but
dashing.
he, but he
but
couldn't. But he couldn't use his full movement on his turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
All right. So
Okay.
there's how Skaga's moved. Gijo, back to you
I'll use my regular movement and then hold my action.
to do the dash. All right. Fair enough. Fabian, pretty safe to assume you're just keeping up with Skaga.
Yeah.
All right. Skaz,
Uh,
get to about
20,
here, I
30,
believe.
10, 20, 30.
Yep, and Gijo. Get to
Action.
about there. All right.
Okay, so 10, 20, 30, 40,
Nope. Hold on.
50,
Nope. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
Hold on. Sorry.
It's not your turn. It says
Oh,
on
no.
the turn order, but
Oh, no.
it's coming back out. You kind of hear it as you're sort of navigating through the. It seems to have put itself out. The command is no longer in effect. It is the masses' turn again.
Of course, we probably shouldn't see it at this point. You have no idea
No,
where it
but
is.
you know it's there.
Ah.
We hear it.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's even worse.
So, it's going to do a dash.
Shit.
And you can already tell it moves faster through this tunnel than you do.
Ah,
So, now it is Skaga's go.
Alright, sorry about that. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80.
Nice. Okay. Just fully booking it, Skaga, you managed to break out into the power room.
Okay.
yeah, that's everything I can do, but I'm definitely headed right for where those slots are.
All right. Gijo.
Doomed, 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 doomed. I am so doomed.
I'm sorry.
Shit.
Time was bought.
Let's
But will
see.
it be enough?
Okay. It doesn't like fire. Shit. Okay. Oh, shit. I have no angle on it right now. I'd like to use my movement, and I'd like to, if it's really tight in here, right? Do
Yes,
I have any movement?
it is extremely claustrophobic.
All right.
But, imagine how unnerving that must be. You're having to side shimmy with the walls just pressing in all around you, and you know that thing is following you, and it's faster, and there's nowhere else for you to go.
I'd like to. You said the walls are covered in that sludge, right?
Yes.
Okay. As I'm moving from here, I'd like to just tap this wall, and as I'm basically going, just drag the torch along the wall.
Okay. Clever. Go ahead and just roll me a flat d20.
All right.
$13. Success. So, I will say that for a span of about 4 tiles from here to where you are now, to about here, you have created a space of flame that should slow the thing down at the very least. But also, you're in here with the fire, so that's going to be causing you a problem if you dally, so...
Yeah, no.
Trust me, we are not gonna dally.
So I'm just gonna...
No.
There will be no
that in.
dillying. There will be no dallying.
Did that use like my action or something?
I'll say that you could just sort of do that as you're moving. We'll classify that as your bonus action.
Bonus action. Okay. Is there shit. No, actually no. Is shoving an action?
I believe
Yes.
so, but it also knocks things
Yeah,
prone,
is.
and then you have to spend half your movement getting back up.
Okay, never mind then. I was thinking about shoving the kobold, but
It's like, I get it, you're desperate, but that would hurt more than it would help right now, unless you wanted to just step over him and leave him for dead, and that would not be good for team cohesion right now.
No, I would not do that. I'm
You mean I could have done it to Skaga the whole time?
So that
No one would
extra
have
5 feet.
No one would have liked you for it, but you could have.
No, extra
I
5
could have.
feet.
I could have used the command on Scars, on Geijo, and made him run into the mess. But I'm not that.
Yeah, like you
Look,
reckon,
I'm
like
just
you may not
saying.
like these people, but safety in numbers. You need each other
Yeah.
right now.
Correct.
And, there is a thing with koboldic culture where they value and respect strength and bravery and whatnot. And just a second ago, Gijo putting himself in front of the mast to buy you all time. You don't have
Yes.
to like him, but on some level, your lizard brain is like, respect.
I appreciate it.
It's like that. Yeah, I
Well,
respect that.
Lizard brain.
all right.
Activate.
All right, so,
it's Fabian's turn then.
yep, it
I
is
can't think of
Fabian's
it.
go.
I can't think. Yeah,
Okay,
there's no
so,
action I can take.
If I take the dash action, that'll get me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll get me here. Then if I take it again, it'll
We'll
be
get you right here.
20.
Yep, so you would spend 10 feet to get out, and then you'd have 20 movement speed left to just go where you want in the room.
Is that how that works?
I think so. Because your movement speed is decreased by 1/2 while you're in it, so it just takes double your doubles of the resource for every square you move while you're in the space. Once you're out of the tunnel, your movement speed is restored to normal.
Well, no, I mean dashing twice.
As a rogue, you can do that. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm saying.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh,
So you have 90.
oh, I misunderstood
movement
what you were
speed.
saying. You were correcting my previous movement. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it would be 10 to get out. You said.
Yep, you can get that. There will
Then-
cost you 10, and then everything else after that is normal speed, so 5 per square. And you get 20 movement left. So from
15.
there, like
20, 20. So Okay, basically.
Pretty much anywhere in that circle. Actually, hold
I'm
on.
going to
Let me
flip
make
a
that a square,
coin.
actually. 5, 10, yeah. Anywhere in there.
I'm flipping a coin.
Okay.
Heads is following the kobold. Tails is just booking it upstairs. Okay. We're following the kobold.
I mean, hey, safety in numbers. If that thing falls on you, you want someone to be there to save you, don't you? You don't want to die alone. Understood.
That way, it sounds horrifying.
It is. All right, yeah. Okay, understood. Mick, we will, let's go and tell everyone's out of the tunnel, and then we can figure out what to do.
That works perfectly.
All right.
Just
But on that note, it is Skaz's turn.
10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30.
All right, and Gijo held an action to move 5, 10, 15, so Gijo's right there now.
And he's just going to continue doing that.
Yep, all right, it is the mass. So the mass will...
But by that, I mean he's going to continue holding the torch as he's moving.
Yeah, no, I understand.
All right.
So, all right, so the mass will get here, and then its movement speed is going to be halved by the fire. So even with a dash, it will go 10, 20, 30. So it can only get about there this turn.
Cool.
All right. Skaga, it's to you.
Since I know that we need the power to at least get the elevator working and or maybe turn on the quarantine, if that's going to help us, hopefully. I'm going to still head over for there, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Alright, so 35 gets me here, and I'm going to start inserting the rods.
All right, you have to remove the rods that were in there before first.
Okay, I will
All right.
start removing them then.
Yep, so that will, that'll take the rest of your turn to start doing that. Gijo, just running?
Running and burning, yes.
All right, another D20. Higher than 10, and you create a trail of the fire that will protect you.
Ooh.
Okay, come on.
It's not taking this time, unfortunately. So
Oh.
All right, so
you managed to
1,
get to about
2,
there, I believe.
Yeah, and
Right.
wait, does that count for the? Oh wait, where do I move?
I think right about there. Like a square behind Skaz.
Okay,
And
and that counts for both. Is that the action or the?
that was your bonus action to do the torch thing. I'm counting that as a bonus action because you can just like kind of hold your hand out a little bit. It doesn't require you to like actively do a thing for 6 seconds. You're just holding your arm out and at an angle. I'll let that be a bonus action.
All right, then yeah, I guess I'm holding my action again.
All right. Fabian, what you doing, brother?
Is
What's
it taking any damage from that, by the way?
You know what? Actually,
What's
that's a good
Scott
point.
doing?
Roll me a d6.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, a full 12 points of damage to that thing as it's moving through the flames.
Nice.
It does not seem to care for it. It is roaring at you as it is chasing you through the tunnels.
I'm just pissing this thing off more.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you are.
Making it angrier.
If nothing else, it's slowing it down. All right, now, Fabian, what you doing, brother?
running? To what's Skaga doing?
Skaga is trying to remove the rods from the thing so that you can insert the new ones.
Okay, so what I can do is I can just normal movement over there. And then help.
All right. All right, with 2 of you on it, on your next turn, you'll be able to insert 2 of the rods, because inserting 1 of the rods is a single use action.
And there was a switch near that to be thrown, wasn't there? If I'm recalling.
That was for the elevator.
Oh, shit.
All right, so that'll be your thing, Fabian. You're just helping Skaga remove the rods for the moment, and on her next turn, you can get 2 of them in there. Skaz.
Okay, Scarce is gonna run again. 20, 30.
With Gijo getting another 3 spots of
20,
movement from a
30.
held action.
Yeah.
So Gijo's about
and,
there.
And I'd like to. Can I try with that action also still doing it, or no?
No, it has to be on your bonus action.
On the bonus action itself. Damn.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So Skaz is now there. It is the mass. So. Five, 10. It's gonna dash. All right. It's gonna wind up like you sort of glance over your shoulder, Gijo, and it is like right there, just a wall of chattering teeth and fingers pushing through for you. It is right up on you. It had to use its dash action to get this close, but it is on you. And you can feel its breath wafting across your feathers, and even your deadened sense of smell is picking up just something awful. Its teeth are just snapping, just... It wants to eat you, brother. Skaga, you and Fabian are going to spend your actions on this round just inserting rods.
Okay.
So you're about halfway there. 2 of the rods are inserted. That consumes your actions. You can move if you want, but that will be counterproductive right now.
Yep, no, I'm staying there.
All right, Gijo.
Yeah, same.
Have an action and a bonus action. All right. Well, and movement. Shit. Well, the action I can't do much other than improvise. I guess I'm going to melee it with the torch.
All right, melee weapon strike.
You could go for a disengage, so it doesn't get an attack of opportunity though.
Oh, that. Oh, I thought that was something you had to have a skill for. Is it?
No,
No,
disengage is
you-
just an
every-
action. It's a bonus action for rogues. For everyone else, to disengage is an action.
Oh, I thought. Okay, sorry. I thought that was. Sorry, it used to be like that was only an ability certain classes had. Okay, so action. Shit. Actually, yeah. Okay, I'll disengage.
All right.
And do
you
I need to
can't
roll for that?
You,
or?
you don't roll anything. You just disengage.
All right, and then
So
I
now
will
moving away
then-
from the mass will no longer trigger an attack of opportunity.
So I can move 15. So, all right, I guess I can move there, and I will 15 here, and then I will, with the bonus action, keep on trying to light the walls.
All right,
Very
1d20.
And the whole way, since I'm starting to stand, going shit.
Yep. All right.
All right, so roll 1d20.
Yep. Higher, a 10 or higher, and the fire will take 17. All right.
Yes.
You create more fire that will have the thing's movement speed as it is chasing you, and deal
possibly
damage to it as it moves through. Nice.
Yes.
All right. Fabian, your action is consumed by helping Skaga get rods inserted.
Yep.
So your turn is just spent doing that. Skaz, it's to you.
And 20, 30, and 20. Ah,
You're almost out.
30. Whoa.
Well, on your next turn, at least you'll be able to have full movement.
Indeed. All right. I believe that's everything you can do for now.
Absolutely.
All right. It is to the mass.
Oh no.
Its movement speed halved. 10, 20, 30. It's just able to catch up with you, Gijo.
And taking damage.
Yep, it's going to take another d6 of fire damage as it advances on you.
I'll roll that. 1d6. Come on, Lady Luck.
All right, it's not a lot,
Okay.
but still, it's something.
It's fire damage.
Yep, it's fire damage. It doesn't seem to like that, so it's shrieking, and it's going to make an ensnare check against you.
Okay, damn it.
All right, that'll be a 26 to hit. So I'm pretty sure that hits your armor class of 17
Yeah.
and deals
So
13 points of
dexterity.
bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay. It wasn't a dex thing. Okay.
And you need to make the dex saving throw. 15. You are not grappled.
Okay, thank God.
So this thing is coming up on you, just teeth gnashing, chattering, and one of these tendrils sort of reaches out, sort of like whiplashes like around your chest and like around your throat for a second, and you just let out this like strangled before like you manage to like get like some of your avian claws into it and just like rip it. And there's this spray of black ichor and blood and this horrible stench around you as the mass roars in agony behind you. You managed to avoid being grappled, but holy shit, it just about crushed your windpipe with that. All right, Skaga, another rod inserted. On the start of Fabian's turn, all 4 will be inserted and power will be restored.
Hopefully.
Can I leave the last one with him and start
You-
heading back to
you
help
can,
the
yes.
others?
You absolutely
Okay.
can, yes.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay. Yeah. Taking out both swords.
All right. All right, that's your turn. Gijo, you're up.
Gonna disengage
All right.
and
Yeah, the
let's
thing
see
is,
here.
if you disengage, you lose the extra movement speed, and that will probably bite you in the ass.
True. Okay. Well then,
But if he just leaves, then he'll
yeah.
get attacked.
An attack of opportunity.
I know.
It's,
I know. To which then there's actually one thing in my arsenal that can help me with this.
Second
I
wind.
am going to, because it's literally a fight for the life. His second wind is gonna kick in right now.
All right,
So-
1d10 plus 1, or 1d10 plus 2 HP. Back to you.
Yeah.
Roll well.
10 plus 2. Oop, not equal to. Plus 2. There we are.
Oh, that's not great.
No, it's not great.
You're up to 12 hit points.
But that's my bonus, and I'm going to use my action to sprint, and I know that's going to be action of opportunity. So
All right.
roll it.
It's going to attempt to ensnare you as you're running.
And do I need to roll a saving, or...
Oh.
I have pretty good acrobatics and athletics. Does any of that affect it?
No. It rolled a
Yeah.
23
Only
on
if you-
its attack, which hits your armor class,
Oh.
Fuck.
and it dealt 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm dead.
Gijo, you are down.
Yeah.
So, Gijo, like, you manage to, like, rip this thing off, and you try to make a break for it, this rush of adrenaline coming over you. You only make it a step before another hand reaches around, grabs onto you, and just yanks you back. And you, like, feel your back pressing against this wet, slimy hands just grappling and gripping and twisting. You hear bones breaking, feel your flesh ripping. It is unpleasant. You are unconscious. And there's probably not a chance you're getting back up, buddy.
Yep, figured.
Fabian,
Yeah, well,
you slot the last rod into place. As you do, there's a sudden flare of light. I do actually need Skaga and Fabian to both make Constitution saving throws as they are in the room as this is happening.
Oh, great.
All right.
Should be better at this than.
Oh no.
Okay.
All right. Skaga succeeds. Fabian does not. So, Fabian, you will take 1d6 of unidentifiable damage as radiation just hits you.
Radiant damage.
So that is just a full-on 6 points of damage to you, Fabian. But the machine turns on. You see these blue conduits in the wall suddenly sparking with energy and light as the whole facility suddenly starts thrumming with energy, and somewhere off in the distance you hear a chiming sound, repetitive, repeating. Skaz, you're up.
Okay.
Like behind you, you hear like a strangled yelp from Gijo, and then relative silence and this sort of victorious roar from the mass before this alarm sound starts blaring.
Ito is a gunner. We have to get out of here.
Ooh.
All right, so you're just booking it for the door.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Do
Sorry,
I
I really
need
like
to make
Ijo,
a
though.
Constitution saving throw?
You were not in the room proper when the radiation pulse happened, so no.
Okay.
If you stay in the room for too long, you will, but you just book it through.
Run,
So,
run, run, run,
Third
run.
arm and eyes in the back of my head.
All right. So you just dash out into the hall?
Yeah.
All right. Now, the mass is presented with an interesting conundrum. Because on the one hand, there is a helpless fresh meal in front of it. But on the other hand, something it does not like just happened. Gijo, I would like you to roll me 1d20.
Sure.
Or rather, roll me 1d2. On a 1, the mass will halt all advance and devour your body. On a 2, it does not.
Ooh!
On a 2, with the pulse of radiation and the sound of the alarms, you just sort of start drifting lazily back into consciousness as the adrenaline is like, no, you're not dying yet, motherfucker. Wake up, wake up, wake up! You sort of blearily blink open your eyes, your whole world is pain, and you see this thing hovering over you, teeth just inches from your face. As it is just quivering and twitching, you hear that alarm in the distance. Before, with this frustrated, shrieking sound, the mass suddenly spends its full turn to withdraw. So,
Okay.
as the mass retreats and withdraws in response to the alarm, and Gijo, you might actually have a chance to survive. Maybe. Your consciousness drifting away from you as the mass does. That's where we'll call it.
Oh no!
Oh, you don't know.
Yeah, you were unfathomably lucky there, Gijo. That was a 50-50 shot of you just getting eaten then and there, and you lived.
like a hair's breadth. He's got probably a few broken ribs. He's probably
Oh,
got
yeah, no, you are
some-
absolutely fucked up. You're still gonna be making death saves when we come back. Because, like that brief moment of consciousness was just like your awareness of it not killing you and running for reasons none of you understand yet. But, regardless, so, that was fun. Your first encounter with the thing that I made for you.
I hate it.
It's meant to be scary. Is it?
You know what?
It's very, very scary. I can absolutely attest.
All right, I can tell. Like, you're all breathing sighs of relief right now. I can hear it.
You know
Because
what I
I'm-
get vibes of? I get combination vibes of the growth shit that happened in Amnesia, coupled with the amorphous, horrible nature of the Thing, Bram Stoker's. No, not Bram Stoker. What was his name?
What?
John Carpenter?
John Carpenter's The Thing. Yes, that. That is what I'm getting. And I don't like that.
Bram Stoker was a little.
I saw that as a 5-year-old, and I regret seeing that as a 5-year-old. Because it has scarred me for life.
All right, well, regardless, I'm going to go ahead and end the recording here. I don't know how much longer this will take. Probably only one more session, all things told. Because, like, you're no longer in the exploration phase. Like, you're now in the you're being actively stalked phase. You're actively being hunted. So, It's probably going to pick up pace a little bit from here, but that'll have to wait until next time. So if this ever winds up on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.